Hey guys, it's me back with Christmas video number 3. So I found these little ornament molds and I thought, yeah, so let's have a try with these. I was trying to make every one different. Some were good, some were not so good, but we'll talk about those as we go along. I thought it's Christmas, right? So gold, so that's why I'm using the gold foil. This stuff is tricky to work with. Can't say that I'm a fan, but it does give a nice effect. And the deer is one of those holographic stickers. So I measured out 6 ounces of resin every time I did this because I didn't want to mix up big batches of stuff because I wasn't really sure what I was going to do. I didn't want to faff about too much whilst the resin sat there and cured itself. I started off with a few ideas and I knew that I wanted to use this no-con blue because it is such a stunning colour. I thought no-con blue and gold foil, that would be nice. So as you know, don't have a level surface apart from this. So I always have to move my little projects over to the levelling board. And 2 of these wouldn't go side by side on my levelling tray. So I'll show you how I combated that a bit later on. You've seen it before if you've seen some of my other videos, but it's a good trick to give you more space, especially when you've got, moulds that are maybe too wide to get 2 side by side. Yeah. One piece of advice for this mould with these ornaments. You saw me clean off the bit where the hanger is from excess resin. Do that, otherwise if you don't, it's difficult to remove it. So make sure where the ornament hanger is, it's clean. That way you get a nice sharp shape and you don't have to cut out the middle. So that's just a little tip there. So these are 3 new blues I bought from Mayspring. And they're all quite different. I like the last one, Opulent Tanzanite. How could you not resist that? Now these blues, they went very well together, and I just sort of put them in there, trying to sort of, get a nice arrangement. And you'll see when this one gets unmoulded how nice they are and how well they do go together. And that really dark Opulent Tanzanite really sets off the 2 lighter blues. So we'll see that in a bit. So do all your usual with your silicone tool or your little micro brush and your heat gun to hunt down the bubbles. I had a lot of these blues left over, so I thought, well, it'd be nice not to waste them, nice to put them in something and make another blue. So that is what I did. swish around. Now this is still the 6 ounces of resin that I mixed up in the beginning. By this time it's getting a little bit warm, but it's not too thick. So it's still pliable enough to actually pour. So as I always say, I like to treat myself every now and again to some sets of, you know, micro powders, colours, and that's what I did here. These are made by Rolio. They are a pearlescent set and they are extremely pretty. Very nice colours. In the end, this particular tray turned out to be my blue theme for some reason. I don't know why it went all blue, but it did. Again, just sort of mixing up the colours. Just thinking what would look nice, what would go nicely together. So just using the heat gun to mix them up a little bit, get the bubbles out. Micro brush treatment and good to go. This is the same copper colour that I've just used, just by itself. Yeah, sorry about holding things up to the camera. I don't hold them there long enough so the camera doesn't get a chance to focus. And some of the Rolio mica powders, I didn't realise. I knew that the names of the colours were on the side, but I wasn't quite sure which side they were on, so sometimes I'm just holding up the pot and the name is on the other side. So that's why we've put the names up on the screen, because I'm an idiot. Anyway, Christmas time. Good excuse, if you ever need one, to get out the chunky glitter, and this stuff is chunky. I really like it. It comes in a set. I think there are about 18 colours and they're all holographic and they are fantastic. I like them, and when I use them I chuck them in because they are just so nice. So again, this is a kind of blue green. So yes, this did become my sort of blue themed tray. Not intentionally. Now these are the Let's Resin Chameleon micas. I'm not going to go through the whole colours because I'm lazy. I think these come in a set of 10. So you can see I've used quite a good selection. And as always, Chameleon mica powders, they're just fantastic. They add such a lot to a project. And it's Christmas, so yeah, I thought some sparkle and some shine. And I'm always telling you guys, you know, wear your mask when you do mica powder. Well, in this particular instance, as you can see, because I'm blowing out the excess dust, I am not wearing my mask. Very naughty, I know. Bit of a clean up. Now, these Rolio colours, as I say, they are new. And I thought that even though they're not chameleon colours, they might look nice, you know, dry brushed on. But we will talk about that later. I think, to be honest, look at the brightness of these colours. They will work so much better when they're wet, you know, put in the resin. So, lesson learned. These don't act like chameleon colours. That's not their fault. I gave them the wrong technique. But there is nothing wrong with the colours. They are so bright. And as I say, I think if you put them in the resin, they'll be bright as they are in the pot. So that was my mistake. But I tried it. You never know. Yeah, as I say, my skills with holding the pots up to the camera, they're not good. That's why I put the names up. Now you can see I'm wearing my mask. Just in case. This was another batch of Let's Resin, another 6 ounces. And since I use the chameleon powders, we all know that black is the best background for those. But I thought, well, I'll treat the other two the same, hoping that, you know, the colours would pop. So as I was saying earlier, there wasn't enough room on my levelling table to put 2 of these moulds side by side. So I do what I call double decker. It literally is just on my levelling tray. I put the same kind of little pots underneath, and this is just a glass shelf from a cabinet, and double decker it so that I can put the other mould on top. And this works really well, especially if you have moulds that will not go side by side, or you have a lot of little moulds that you want to put on your level surface. This is an excellent way to do it. So this is pouring from the second batch of the 6 ounces of resin. Oh yes, my favourite. I love this colour. Those of you who've watched my videos may remember that I used this in my spirit catcher with the Ouija board and the planchettes. And I made a planchette out of this beautiful red glitter and put bats on it. It either reminds me of Dorothy's slippers from The Wizard of Oz or strawberry jam. I'm not sure. But it is lovely, and it's ultra fine, so it is really sparkly. I got quite a lot of these ultra fine glitters from this company, and they are nice. You get a lot too. Oh yes, look who it is again. It's the Maya Flitter Flakes. I love these things. This is what I made my Santa tray with. It sadly failed, but I really like them. And I thought, since this one looks like an icicle, that's what I would put in there. And with this one, you'll see in a minute, I over poured the top. So it went across the bit where you would thread in a piece of string or a piece of ribbon. Yeah, and it was difficult to cut. Little blue snowflakes. I just happened to come across these and I thought, yeah. And what I'm dumping in there is just the residue of the flitter flakes. So just mix those up. I love those little snowflakes. They're very holographic too. Yeah, and I had to shove them around a bit because they bunched up in places. So next we shall have an unmoulding. Yes. I liked most of these. As I say, some of them I didn't like, but that was my fault because I used the wrong techniques with them. You'll see at the end that I did jazz them all up. I did decorate them all. This one is copper. And this one was the lovely chunky glitter. Showing it on camera doesn't really do it justice. You to see this in real life, it's just so sparkly. This was a combination of the 3 blues that I used in the reindeer. That's what I had left over. So it was the 2 lighter blues and the opulent tanzanite. I really like that one. It's got a nice effect. This one, as you can see, because I put the foil around the outside, I have to cut all that off. But I liked it. It's simple, gold and blue. I just wanted to get as many different colours and styles as I could. Oh yeah, now this one is lilac, purple heart and copper from the Rolio collection. I like that. I must say that with these moulds you get a lot of interesting shapes. These are the little snowflakes and a little bit of what was left over from the flitter flakes. And it, again, you can't really catch it on camera, but it's very iridescent, very sparkly. This one was the orange and yellow dry brushed mica. Ugh, ugly, don't like it. I think I would have been much better putting it in the resin, but that was my fault. My strawberry jam heart. Yep, chameleon mica powder. I love them. I would use them on everything, but I think you guys would get bored with chameleon mica powders in everything. I think I might too. This was the star done with the Rolio mica. Again, just dry brushed on. Not my favourite. The colours in the pots are very vibrant. If I'd put them in the resin and made them wet, this probably would have looked much better. It just looks dirty and muddy. Don't like it much, but I did jazz it up. And this is the icicle that I did with the flitter flakes. Now you can see I over poured where the handle, where the ribbon would go. Maybe you can't, but yeah, I didn't leave that clear, and it was an absolute devil to cut that extra resin out of there. So don't do it. Keep that little circle in the middle clear so that you get a nice sharp hanger. And here they are, all decorated. And a Merry Christmas to you all.